Hi, my name is Blue May. I'm a music producer and mixer. I live in Los Angeles, originally from London. We're in my studio here, my studio in my house, where I make records and mix records. So I was traveling out here 2 or 3 times a year before, just really got into the city, and it kind of got to a place where every time I'd sort of go to the airport to go back to London, I'd sort of have a feeling of like, almost like leaving home, you know? I think the thing that people don't sort of maybe realize about LA, if they haven't spent a lot of time here, is that it's actually full of nature, LA. It's a concrete city, but any crack in the concrete has things growing out of it. That's the kind of thing that I made me want to spend some time here and just try something different for a little while. I've been on a search for a long time for a system that could be the sort of constant for me, moving around to different rooms. Obviously, on top of that, moving out here, where I came from having very technically built acoustic rooms in London, to coming out here where I'm working more in kind of slightly acoustically treated normal rooms. The headphones are my main reference and have been pretty much since I got them a year and a half ago. I would have been making Joy's record when I first got hold of the pair. Once we'd finished sort of the main part of the tracking of that record, I actually moved the recording of that record into a house rather than a studio, just because I'm sort of very much at a point where I don't necessarily want to be in a studio every day of the year, you know? Immediately I liked the sound of them, but it became really clear that they were great, more so because when I listened to what I've been working on other systems, I was like, oh yeah, cool, that's translating great. And I think maybe actually my mixes are probably a little bit better than when I was mostly on speakers before. The first big studio I had in London, I was there for 5 years. The second big room I had in London, I was there for 5 years. You know the rooms, you know this, you work on the same set of speakers every day, you know what the sort of idiosyncrasies of that room are. It's very rare now for people to be able to kind of spend more than a week in a big studio. Maybe at best you spend a month if you're doing a whole album, but you're not going to learn that room in that time necessarily. So I think having like a constant, some sort of thing that headphones is, it's not taking, the room is not having an effect on so you know when you're there, that's where you are. It's almost like if you were to kind of like have monitors and you just put your head right there. I mean, that's not necessarily a great thing to do with studio monitors, but that's what it sounds like to me. It's like being in a perfect monitoring environment. I think also like most people are listening to stuff on headphones these days. So I think it makes a lot of sense to have that as a reference point, as a major reference point.
It's around, I know it's too late now, but I will go back to it again, to it again. I got the seasons to make and I'm slow to take, but when you're feeling down, there's no one. It's around, I know it's too late now, but I will go back to it again, to it again. It's not too late, it's not too late, it's not too
Scosche, the #1 mount brand in the US and maker of the original Magic Mount system, proudly introduces Magic Mount Pro, the revolutionary magnetic mounting system for smartphones, tablets, and other mobile devices. Available in multiple designs, there's a Magic Mount Pro for all of your mounting needs. The Magic Mount Pro has 30% more holding power than its predecessor and comes with 2 stylish interchangeable trim rings for a sleek, streamlined finish. Additional trim rings make it possible for you to match or contrast your mount with the color of your mobile device or complement your vehicle's interior. To use the Magic Mount Pro system, attach the ultra-thin Magic Plate to your device between your device and case or behind the battery cover. Hover your device near Magic Mount and it snaps securely in place. Magic Mount is 100% safe for mobile devices. The Magic Mount Pro Dash Mount, thanks to automotive-grade adhesive, stays put until you're ready to remove it. With 360-degree mounting flexibility, Magic Mount Pro securely grips your device vertically or horizontally and provides quick and easy access to your cable. The Magic Mount Pro Window Dash Mount, equipped with Scosche's stick grip, adheres tightly and securely to windows, dashes, and textured surfaces. The Magic Mount Pro Vent Mount is a great low-profile mount that's the perfect on-the-go solution. It attaches effortlessly to virtually any vent. Compact and lightweight, it's easy to take with you when you travel and doubles as a convenient kickstand. And the Magic Mount Pro isn't just for your car. It's perfect for mounting your device in your kitchen, your office, your workshop, even your backyard patio. There's a Magic Mount Pro for just about any place and any situation. You'll also want to check out Scosche's other great mounts, such as the Magic Mount XL headrest, great for rear seat entertainment. Or the Magic Mount Power Bank, lightweight portable charging power, available in Lightning and micro USB models. For a complete look at the entire Magic Mount family of products,
To sort of imagine sound as this living force, if you like, pushing and coming at you from a loudspeaker is something that very much inspires me. You're hit with a vibration coming from these shapes. That's a big inspiration. The dynamic form itself sort of suggests that there's movement, and that's something that I always try to capture with my shapes. You look at the form and you look at the spine and you look at the chambers for where the sound comes out. There's this kind of movement within the shape, and that for me is reflective of the nature of sound. We live in a time, essentially, back in the 90s, the early 90s, when everything was technical based. You know, speakers weren't looked as something aesthetic. They were square boxes, and they were seen as something that delivered a function, a technical function at that, rather than, you know, anything to be considered in any artistic merit. It's relevant because it creates space in many ways. It creates a listening space and it inspires a space in terms of style.
Think something new under the sun. You can't take back them things.